With America entering the conflict between Israel and Iran, what really will happen in the days going forward? Joining me on this broadcast is Rachel Lester, part of the Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson unit. Thank you very much, Rachel, for your time. Looking how things have escalated with America stepping in, Iran issuing multiple warnings that they will hit back, and so I question whether Israel also is fully ready if there's going to be an escalation in this conflict in the days going forward.
I think Israel and the U.S. are both fully ready. Israel has been under rocket fire for 10 days now. We have been running to bomb shelters every few hours for over, a week and a half. We've been stocking up on food. We've been stocking up on water. We know what to do when we hear a warning alert and then when we hear a siren. I think Israel is very ready. We've already prohibited gatherings. We've already put the country at a statewide emergency alert level. And I think that the U.S. is also fully ready. I've been seeing reports that the U.S. has been moving, their troops around their bases in the Middle East. And I think that everybody is aware that this is a step that needed to be taken and that whatever fallout happens, we are as best prepared as we possibly could be.
Is there a concern also for Israel, Rachel, that in the region, in West Asia, there is a possibility now of a regional bloc of sorts being formed against Israel, of fronts and countries coming together with Iran?
I don't think that that is a concern that people have. I think that most countries around the world do recognize that this is something that needed to be done. We already have had an incredible show of support from the U.S. as well as from Germany and France and other countries that have been saying that this is a goal that everybody stands behind. Iran cannot be allowed to obtain nuclear weapons. And I think that any country that is, friendly to Iran and not to Israel is something that we're not worried about.
Okay, you're saying you're not worried about it, but looking at what's been happening in Iran and the fact that multiple statements from both Israel and America have maintained that the 3 nuclear sites that you've targeted have been completely destroyed, in Trump's words, utterly destroyed. Is that then the end of the conflict as far as Israel and America are concerned? Because this was kicked off with the intention of ensuring Iran does not possess nuclear weapons.
I think that we can only wait and see, because I think that destroying these 3 nuclear sites was in large part the main goal, but it was not the only goal. I think that there are a lot of Iranian military leaders that also have a lot of knowledge, and scientists and, commanders that need to be addressed and eliminated in order to make sure that they cannot redo any of their progress, or that they cannot launch. Because Iran still has weapons that they have been firing at Israel over the last 10 days. They still have ballistic missiles, they still have UAVs, they still have drones, they still have surface-to-surface missiles and cruise missiles. So I think that it is still imperative that Israel and the U.S. eliminate all of these capabilities, not just the nuclear ones, because Israel is still under attack and Israel needs to be safe, and so do the U.S. bases around the region.
There's also, of course, a threat right now of this becoming a global conflict. God forbid it does, but there is that threat with what's been happening right now. So to anyone who says that, look, Israel has been the initiator of this nature of conflict, what would be your response, Rachel?
I would say that anybody who thinks that this conflict was initiated 10 days ago is absolutely not seeing this from the correct perspective. Iran has been building nuclear weapons for 23 years, and they have been illegally breaking the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal, for years and years. And they have been working to obtain a nuclear weapon at the peril and imminent threat to Israel and to the world, knowing that this was going to happen if they continue to break the law. They have also been attacking Israel through their proxy organizations, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, for over 600 days for the last, almost 2 years. Since October 7th, Iran has been funding, arming, training, and supporting the attacks on Israel by rockets, by drones, by missile attacks. Everything that the proxy groups have been doing has been done by the funding and the support of Iran. And if anybody thinks that this conflict started when Israel launched the strikes that took out, General Salami on June 13th. That is absolutely not the case.
What is Israel's stand on, this taking a nuclear turn? The worry is that right now, with things as they stand, if there is a retaliation from Iran, that it will kick off a vicious cycles of back-to-back strikes, counters, and whatnot, and that then this could take a nuclear turn. Is that, what really will happen if that happens, and is that something Israel could do if things escalate to that point?
I can't speak for what Israel's stance is on anything right now, but I can say that I personally do not imagine that that would happen. I think that it is everyone's first and foremost priority that there is as much safety as possibly can be. And I don't think that I could imagine anybody escalating to nuclear weapons right now, because the entire point of this is to prevent a nuclear Iran. And I don't see Israel endangering or the US endangering the region to that degree. I think everything that has been done so far has been done with the understanding that this is the absolute necessity. And I don't think that it is a necessity to involve nuclear weapons in protecting ourselves from Iran.
We sincerely hope so. We hope this doesn't take a nuclear turn. We hope it doesn't turn into a global conflict and that there's no further escalation. Thank you very much, Rachel Lester, for joining us here on India Today.
Thank you.